Shabbat Shalom, family. Shabbat Shalom, black family. Shabbat Shalom, my people. This is your boy, your friend, your brother, Frenchie, the West African Yashara. So, to this topic, investigation and lesson is going to be about Sunday worship. Yeah? Shabbat lunar and the real day of rest of the Most High. So, for a minute now, or should I say for centuries now, yeah, people changed everything, changed the days of the Most High, changed the time and everything, you know what I'm saying? And it had been prophesied anyway. But also, people came up with some new things like we cannot find the days anymore, blah, 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 or we need the moon to find out what day it is going to be. But the Most High gave us clear indication of what He wants us to do. Yeah, the seventh day of the week, not the first day of the week, or it did not say that we shall look the moon to know what day we're going to do the Shabbat and all that. Yeah, but all of this has to be proven. You see what I'm saying? One thing I'm trying to do is to help people. I'm not trying to come up with some new doctrines and everything, because the words of the Most High do not lie. Yeah. So some may think they're wise because they find out that the Gregorian calendar did this and that, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. What is not even true. You know what I'm saying? But all of that has to be proven. Yeah. What I'm trying to do is to wake y'all up. Yeah. This is the last hours, the last days. Yeah. It might not look like it is, but trust me, it is. Yeah. Knowing that we are waking up by thousands of Negroes. Yeah. All around the world to this real truth. Now our mission, and let's not forget we have a mission, yeah, debunking all these false doctrines, yeah, and all these false teachers and preachers out there. This is our mission in regard to the lost sheep, yeah, of Yashrael. So stay tuned with me as we're going to go into this investigation, and everything has to be proven. Remember, the Most High said, study to show thyself approved unto the Most High. Yeah? So, I have studied. Many of us have studied. You see what I'm saying? Yeah? But, anyway, we're going to get into it right now. Alright. So, So, before to start anything, I just want to go through a few scriptures, if you don't mind. Yeah? The first scripture is going to be Genesis chapter 2, verse 1 to 3. Genesis chapter 2, verse 1 to 3. Yeah, let's read. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them. And on the seventh day, Elohim ended his work which he had made, and he rested on the seventh day, not the first day of the week, from all his work which he had made. And Elohim blessed, yeah, you see, blessed the seventh day, and so you see, and sanctified it, because that in it he had rested from all his work which Elohim created and made. So I just want to know, why is people talking about we cannot find the day anymore and all that? We don't know. We need the moon, or all those things, which I think it don't make sense anyway. But why is people talking all these things when the Most High said that He blessed and He sanctified it? Yeah, talking about the seventh day, not the first day of the week, but the seventh day. So that's something I need to understand. Why? If the Most High blessed and sanctified His day, that means that that day is special. So why all of a sudden the Most High gonna let people get rid of that day? Yeah, as if people are more powerful than the Most High. See what I mean? But anyway, yeah, I said I was going to quote scripture. I'm not going to be long, yeah? So that's talking about the origin of the Shabbat, or you call it Sabbath nowadays, yeah? Now let's go to Exodus, yeah? Exodus chapter 20, verse 8 through 11. Yes, Exodus chapter 20, verse 8 through 11. Let's read. Remember the Shabbat day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day, again, you see, the 7th day, not the first day of the week, but the 7th day is the Shabbat of Yahuwah thy Elohim. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy sons, nor thy daughters, thy menservant, nor thy menservants, thy maidservants, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days Yahuwah made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in them is, and rested the 7th day. Again. Where for Yahuwah blessed the Sabbath day and allowed it. Yeah. So once again, we see that even Moses, yeah, is speaking about the Sabbath day, the 7th day of the week, in Exodus, which is probably right now we're reading the 10 Commandments, yeah, and he speaks of these things that basically the Shabbat is very important. See what I'm saying? Because one thing that the Most High Himself rested on that day Himself. So the Creator of all things rested Himself on that day. See what I mean? So we gotta take that into considerations. You know what I'm saying? That even our Creator rested on that day. So how much we're supposed to rest on that day? See what I mean? Yeah. But as people trying to make it sound like, or trying to make it, you know what I'm saying? Trying to make it look like, it seems like, yeah, no one can find that day, blah blah blah, and no one can come, you know what I'm saying, to an agreement or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a different understanding of that, and you got to do it that way, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but the Most High, through His words, speaks of one day, yeah, and there's one way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Not 20 ways. You see what I'm saying? How's people making it look like? Yeah. So I'm not gonna stay too long. It's not a lot. Yeah. Been on for 6 minutes now. Yeah. So great. So now we know that the Shabbat, or the Sabbath, what you want to call it, or the 7th day, yeah, is very important. We know that. Don't come to me with your Christians nonsense and all that. Yeah. The word of the Most High, yeah, is forever. You know what I'm saying? Forever, ever, ever. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But anyway, let's read Jeremiah chapter 10. Yeah. Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2. Yeah. Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2. Yeah. Let's read that quickly. So Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2. Yeah, let's read that. Thus say Yahuwah, learn not the ways of the heathen. And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Okay, so remember one thing to keep on mind, the Most I say, yeah, learn not the ways of the heathen, yeah. So we got our appointed day, yeah, on the 7th day of the week, yeah, that it comes from Yahuwah, yeah. But nowadays it seems like people want to do something else, yeah. But we're gonna get to the bottom of that, yeah. First Corinthians chapter 10, verse 20, yeah. So First Corinthians chapter 10, verse 20. Yeah. Corinthians chapter 10, verse 20. This truth is going to come out today. Yeah. Just be patient, people. I'm coming up. I'm just want to read two scriptures, please. Yeah. All right. So I'm asking you to be patient in this video. Yeah. I just want people to get the point. Yeah. And if not, they will get the point while watching the video. All right. So 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 2. Yeah. Yeah, 1 Corinthians. Sorry. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 20. Yeah, sorry. I'm trying to make it so. Yeah, 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 20. Yeah. So, let's read. But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils and not to Elohim. And I will not that ye should have fellowship with devils. See what I mean? Yeah? Learn not the ways of the heathens. Yeah? It's all connected. So, the Most High does not want you to do the things of the heathens. Yeah? The things of the Gentiles. Yeah? The things of the other nations. Yeah? Even though you're not an Israelite or whatever, yeah? The Most High does not want you to do the things of the other nations. If you are a Gentile and you claim to believe in the Most High, or you say you believe in the Most High, the Most High does not want you to do things of the nations. Yeah? But today, seems like we've been deceived. Yeah? And we're doing the very much things of the heathen. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah. But anyway, and by respecting that, there's a reward. So let's see. Let's go to Revelations chapter 14, verse 12. Revelations chapter 14, verse 12. Let's read. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Elohim and the faith of Yahusha. So, hang on. Do not read in the 10 commandments, yeah, the commandments of Elohim, right? Because you can't find the commandments of Elohim nowhere else, but but in the laws, right? Okay, yeah, and you read that the faith in Yahusha. But one thing. Yeah? The Most High said the commandments. Yeah? And that's talking about the patience of the saints. Yeah? Did you not see that? Keeping the Sabbath. Yeah? Yeah? On the seventh day. Not on the first day of the week, but the seventh day of the week. Yeah? It's a commandment. So, if you want your salvation, you better do the commandment, yeah, of the Most High. Right? Okay. So now, when I'm going to get into more details and all that, and elaborated things and all that, yeah, you're not going to get lost. You know where I'm coming from. I don't need to explain a lot, you know what I'm saying? I don't need to do a breakdown on that. We all can read, yeah? I know we've been deceived. Yeah? But we all can read, yeah? And this video that you're watching is to help you, yeah? Now, if you do not want my help, hallelujah. If you do want the help, hallelujah.
AD 306, a new Roman emperor came into power, and things began to rapidly change. Constantine the Great was a capable military leader and a shrewd politician.
So Constantine had to fight a series of civil wars in order to achieve his political aim of becoming emperor. And that's his own personal and political aim. It's got nothing to do with Christianity. He goes down from Gaul, modern-day France, where his power base was, to confront his rival Maxentius in Italy.
Constantine moves down from the north. And you think of Italy, there's this long stretch. And he wins one battle after another.
As he was marching with his army, he had a dream one night where God came to him and told him, you will become a Christian and put this sign on your shield, and you will conquer. Shortly after that, he actually had a vision, which history tells us was seen by his army as well as by Constantine himself.
He looked up to the sun, and he saw a cross of light above it, and the Greek words, en tutu Nikeia, by this conquer.
In the Roman Empire, Jews are an old religion, and old religions are respected. When the Jews kept fighting against Rome, what had been kind of an umbrella of safety under Judaism becomes a lightning rod to Christianity.
The Christians become alienated from the Jews. Jews persecuted them, and so they're trying to distance themselves from the Jews.
Church leaders began to devalue the seventh-day Sabbath of the Ten Commandments in preference for the more popular Roman Sunday.
Some Christians mistakenly thought that you should fast on the Sabbath, but you could feast on Sunday. That's what the pagans did. They feasted on Sunday, fasted on Saturday. Not a Jewish concept. The Jews fasted Friday and feasted Sabbath. But that's how some Christians thought of it. So if you're fasting on one day and you're feasting on the next, you can guess which day becomes the more popular day. There's a third reason, and that is the influence of sun worship that creeps into the church. And when sun worship begins to creep into the church, Constantine can make use of that to lead to the exaltation of Sunday, the day of the sun, as being the day that people should worship on.
This gradual departure from God's law over the centuries has become so widely accepted that most are shocked to learn that Sunday keeping has no foundation in the Bible. In AD 313, Constantine published the Edict of Milan, establishing Sunday as a day of rest. The emperor's Sunday law had nothing to do with Christianity. It was actually to honor the main Greco-Roman sun god called Helios, or Apollo.
The Emperor Constantine became a convert to Christianity, and also because he remained partial to the sun god, the Emperor Constantine moved the day of worship from Saturday, the Sabbath, as had been traditional in Judaism, obviously, to Sunday, the day of the sun god. And ever since, Christian folks, at least for the most part, overwhelmingly, have held their day of worship on Sunday rather than Saturday.
This is clear from another edict of Constantine given in AD 321, when the emperor ordered,
On the venerable day of the sun, let the magistrates and people residing in cities rest, and let all workshops be closed.
Notice, the edict uses the word sun, S-U-N. It's also recorded that Constantine the Great made a law for the whole empire that Sunday should be kept as a day of rest. Obviously, this change did not infiltrate the church overnight. History tells us that for decades, the seventh-day Sabbath, together with Sunday, were both observed as holy days.
The very, very early church clearly is still worshipping on the Jewish Saturday in the times of the apostles. But by the mid to late 3rd century, that has largely been abandoned or is in the process of being abandoned. By the early 4th century, in many parts of the Roman world, Christians are generally worshipping on Sunday.
A lot of Christians during this period of time would observe the Sabbath, and then on Sunday they would have a service remembering the resurrection, and then they'd go about their regular work. It's during the time of Constantine in which the idea of transferring the solemnity of the Sabbath to Sunday is first expressed.
Centuries earlier, the prophet Daniel had foretold a religious power would arise that would think to change times and laws. Within the Ten Commandments, there's only one law that is also a time: the Sabbath.
So now we need to understand what is this Sunday thing, yeah? What does it have to do with these false gods and everything, right? So I'm going to use 2 Bible dictionaries. So I'm going to use the Zen Compact Bible Dictionary, and I'm going to use the Nelson's Super Value Series, illustrated, yeah? Bible Dictionary. All right. So we may start with the Sandovan. Yeah. We may start with it. Yeah, we need to understand these things before we start anything, people. Yeah. It's not too blurry. Can we see? Here we go. Sunday, first day of the week, commemorating the resurrection of Yahusha. Yeah, and then they give you the verse. And day of Pentecost, yeah, from a time after the ascension of Yahushua, the Christians met on the 7th and the first days of the week. But as the Hebrew Christian church declined in the influence, the tendency to observe the Hebrew Shabbat slowly passed. Yeah, so that's what you will see in the documentary. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. And I'm not going to dwell long on this definition on the Zen Bible Dictionary. I'll go on the other one so we understand. It has to do with the Christians, you know what I'm saying? Not with the true servants of the Most High. But anyway. Yeah. That's why it's good to have 2 Bible dictionaries, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was just showing you about Teeman, the real place of the real Edomites. Prime Minister, I ain't going to talk about it. I ain't going to talk about no Edomite today. Yeah. All right. So, let's see this one right here. Sun. Worship of. Check this out. Yeah. It's all the same thing. Sunday, Lord's Day, sun worship. Yeah, because we're gonna make sure that we know what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a form of pagan idolatry commonly practiced in the ancient world, especially by the Assyrians, the Chaldeans, Babylonians, Egyptians, and Phoenicians. Worship of the sun and other heavenly body was specifically forbidden among the Hebrews people. Yeah, they give you the verse and chapters and everything. But a few cases of this form of idolatry did occur among the nation of Israel during their long history. King Manasseh of Judah built the altar for worship of all the hosts of heaven during his administrations. Yeah, I did give you the verse as well. The prophets. Ezekiel also portrayed the abomination of men who had rejected the temple of Yahweh and had turned their face towards the east to worship the rising sun. Yeah, so we know, remember what I've read in the beginning, yeah, the weight of the heathens, yeah, and what you are about to see is going to make you understand where I'm coming from, yeah, but anyway, yeah, what you're about to see in the next documentary, but I want to read about the Lord's Day. Yeah, the first day of the week. Remember, the Shabbat is on the seventh day. Yeah, or Sunday. The day especially associated with Lord Jesus Christ. Right, JC. A special honor was reserved for Sunday, the first day of the week. This was the day of which Yahusha was raised from the dead. Yeah, every Lord's Day. Okay, therefore is a weekly memorial of Mashiach resurrections. Yeah, clearly the early Christians assembled for worship and religious instruction on Sunday, the Lord's Day. Yeah, so I need to give you the verse as well. The Lord's Day is not to be confused with the Shabbat or Sabbath, the Jewish day of rest. Wow, really? The Jewish Sabbath corresponds with our Saturday, but I'm going to prove that later. Anyway, the seventh or last day of the week. I told you that. Anyway, this special day to the Jews commemorated the day on which Elohim rested after the creation of the world. Yeah, Lord's Day is our Sunday. Sunday. Remember what I just read about the sun. The first day of the week. It celebrates the resurrection of Yahusha from the dead. Yeah. Now let's read that right here. Yeah. You just seen that in the previous documentary. Yeah. When the early Christians called the first day of the week Lord's Day, this was a direct challenge to the emperor worshipped, to which John refers so often in the book of Revelations. Such a bold and fearless testimony by the early Christians proclaimed that Lord's Day belonged to Yahusha Mashiach and not to the emperor Caesar. But we know that the real day, yeah, is not the first day of the week. It's the seventh day of the week. Yeah. Now, when it comes to if it's Saturday or whatever, I'm gonna prove that later. But now we know. Yeah. So we can go more into details and see more things about it. Yeah.
When you take a closer look at the words which make up our days of the week, we soon realise that they come from a very specific time and place. The Saxons and the Vikings contributed to what we call the days of the week. In other words, our words for the days of the week are more than 1,000 years old. So, Monday does not in fact come from Monday. Instead, its roots are in Old English, specifically Monundag. And what does Monundag mean? Well, it means the moon's day. Monday, therefore, or Moon Day, was a day dedicated to the moon. This is not because it was a dark day, but rather for the early Saxons and for the Vikings, the sun and the moon were personified in godlike figures. Mani, the moon, and Sol, his sister, the sun. This day also offered a chance to contemplate the changing moon throughout the month. The next day of the week is, of course, Tuesday, and this day also has its roots in Old English, specifically Tuesdag. For the early Saxons and the Vikings, Tuesdag was in fact Tyr's day. Tyr figured prominently in Norse mythology. He was son of Odin, god of war, a brave god. When the gods needed to bind the massive wolf Fenrir, it was Tyr who offered his arm as forfeit. The wolf was bound, and Fenrir took the arm. A brave god indeed. So, do we have any ideas where Wednesday or Wednesday may come from? Well, it comes from the Old English Wodnesdag. Woden was one of the names for the king of the gods. This was Odin's day. Sat in the middle of the week, one could hardly avoid the day of Odin, the king of the gods, the one-eyed wise man, with 2 pet ravens, one for thought and one for memory. This meant he knew everything. Now, surely Thursday is an easy one to guess. Thursday, Well, in Old English, Thursday was Thunrusdag. Any ideas? Yes, that's right, we're talking about Thor's day. Thor is probably the most famous of the Norse and Germanic gods. He was a god of lightning and power, and wielded a small, if effective, hammer called Mjolnir. Here he is, twisting his beard into the shape of his hammer. Thor was popular, charismatic, sometimes very stupid, but always very brave. Next we come to Friday. Going on the pattern, whose day might Friday be? Well, the Old English is Frigadag. Well, this quite simply means Frigg's day. Frigg, sometimes known as Frigga, was the wife of Odin, queen of Asgard, and mother to a very popular god, Balder. In Old English, Frigg is a byword for a beloved lady, and together with Odin they ruled over all the gods. She is also thought to have been able to weave with clouds. Next, of course, we come to Saturday. Saturday was known as Sunnanefn. This quite literally meant the eve of Sunday, or Sunday's eve. However, eventually Old English did adopt another name, that being Saturn's dag. What could this be? Well, it's very similar to Saturday, and it comes from a completely different collection of gods. Yes, that's right, you got it, it's Saturn, the god of agriculture and a good harvest. He was also the father of the Roman king of the gods, Jupiter. Now, in Old English, Sunday was known as Sunnandag. Any ideas whose day this might be? Well, hopefully you've figured out it was the sun's day, preceding the moon's day, Monday. This was a day dedicated to the sun and the crucial role the sun plays in daily life. Together, the sun and her brother the moon ran through the sky, pursued by wolves. So, when examining your shiny new calendar, bear in mind that the days of the week in English and some other languages largely owe their names to the pantheon of Germanic and Norse gods.
It is clear to see why Sunday was chosen as the new sanctified day of the week, replacing the day that Yah had blessed in the garden according to Genesis chapter 2 verse 3. And Elohim blessed the seventh day and declared it pure, because it was the day when he rested from all his work of creation. But, as stated, that day was replaced because the adversary, Satan, the devil, did say, I will climb to the highest heavens and be like the Most High. Being like the Most High, for one thing, means having one's own day of worship. Hence, the elevation of Sunday to the highest day of the week is observed by most Christians today. This was prophesied in the book of Daniel. There we read of a beast power, none other than Rome, which would give rise to a succession of rulers of whom it is said, he will defy the Most High and oppress the pure people of the Most High. He will try to change times and laws.
So, as we're getting rid of this false doctrine of Sunday worship, yeah, we are now aware of what they did, yeah, and we are trying to debunk all these false doctrines. But anyway, let's read before I go further into this. I just want to read some scriptures again. Yeah, so let's read and to prove that Yahusha, or what y'all call Jesus, yeah, like respected the law and did the Shabbat himself. You know what I'm saying? So for those of y'all that claim to be followers of so-called Christ and all that, yeah, y'all need to understand that Mashiach, yeah, did respect the Shabbat. So if you do not respect the Shabbat, I don't know why you're calling yourself followers of Christ or whatever, or Christians, and it's not even, Christ is not even the name. But anyway, so we're going to go to Luke chapter 13. Luke chapter 13 verse 10. Yeah, Luke chapter 13 verse 10. Yeah, check this out. And he was teaching in one of the synagogues on the Sabbath day. So, you see, even your sweet Jesus was doing Shabbat. Yeah? But let's prove some more. Let's go to Mark chapter 4. Mark chapter 4 Mark chapter 3 verse 4. Yeah. And it's proved. Yeah. And he said unto them, is it lawful to do good on the Sabbath days, or to do evil, to save life, or to kill? You see? So he was involved in this Shabbat thing. Yeah. And I do not know why white people nowadays, they claim to honor him, but they respect the first day of the week, the Sunday worship. I do not understand. Yeah. Let's read some more. Let's read Matthew chapter 12 verse 8. Matthew chapter 12 verse 8. Yeah. Let's read. We have been deceived, people. We have been deceived. And we got to wake up. Yeah. Check this out. For the Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath day. So you say he's your Lord when Lord is not even, anyway. Yeah. And they're literally telling you that is the so-called Lord of the Sabbath day. Yeah, the seventh day. But you going to church on the first day of the week. That doesn't make sense. Seriously, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Let's read a bit more. We need to get rid of this nonsense. Yeah, all these false doctrine, man-made things. Yeah, we need to get rid of that. And this is the reason why the Most High is waking us up in these last days. Let's read Mark chapter 2 verse 28. Yeah, Mark chapter 2 verse 28. There we go. Therefore, the Son of Man is Lord also of the Shabbat. Again, you see? That's a precept for it now. Yeah? So, this dude, Yahushua Mashiach, or you call it Jesus Christ nowadays, yeah, was respecting Shabbat. And he's even the master of Shabbat. So, I do not understand why people want to keep Sunday worship. Yeah? We have all been deceived. Yeah, it's true. But if the truth is right on our faces, we need to swallow it. See what I mean? Yeah. Now I'm gonna deal with Paul's writing quickly. Yeah. Yeah, I might do a lesson on that later in the future. Yeah. So let's read Colossians. Yeah. Colossians. Yeah. Chapter 2, verse 16 through 17. Yeah. Check this out. Yeah. Let no man therefore judge you in meat or in drink or in respect of an holiday, or still in respect, or of new moon, or of the Sabbath days, which are a shadow of things to come, but the body is of Mashiach. Yeah. So is he telling them to not respect Shabbat? To not respect Shabbat? Yeah. To eat pork, to drink whatever they want to drink, because this is what your Christians claim all the time. That Paul said, yeah, we can eat anything, we can do everything we want. Yeah, is this what he's telling them? You sure? Yeah, but remember, Paul was a Jew. Yeah, Paul was a Yahudi. Yeah, and he knew the tradition of the Most High. He knew the laws of the Most High. Yeah. He was not doing the traditions of men, but let's read a bit more. Let's go up now. Let's go up. Check this out. That's verse 8. So Colossians chapter 2, we read verse 16, in 17. Now we're going to read verse 8. So Colossians chapter 2, verse 8. Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the traditions of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Mashiach. Yeah? Mashiach. What is the tradition of men? Sunday worship and all this nonsense. Because he knew. And where, right here, he's telling them, y'all be good. Don't worry about these other people when they're sinning, when they're doing all this nonsense. Don't be worried if they ask you why you don't eat pork, why you don't drink like a fish, why you don't drink wine, or alcoholic drinks like a fish, or why you're respecting holidays, or why you're respecting new moons, or why you're respecting even the Sabbath days. This is what he was telling them. He's in the city of Gentiles, Colossians. He's telling these Gentiles that have been used to do all the nonsense, he's telling them to not be worried and to keep up with what they're doing. This is what he's telling them. Sorry. Because it makes me laugh that people understood something different. But let's read. If he was not respecting the law, let's go to Romans chapter 8. Romans chapter 8. Romans chapter 8, verse 7. Let's read. Because the carnal mind is enmity against Elohim, for he is not subject to the law of Elohim, neither indeed can be. So he's telling you these people are not of the law or against the Most High. This is what he's saying to you. Let's read verse 4 now. The righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. You see? So why would he tell them right here to eat pork? Let no man therefore judge you in meat or drink or in respect of an holiday and of the new moons and on the Shabbat days. Why would he tell them that? Or maybe he changed in between, you know what I'm saying? But as far as I'm concerned, I know that he was not a hypocrite. See what I mean? It's because people have been deceived again. Yeah? And it's time to wake up, people. It's really time to wake up. Yeah? But you're going to see more in this investigation. You're going to see more. Yeah? You're going to discover more. So let's keep it moving. I'm here in Vatican.com. Yeah? The Catechism of the Catholic Church. Yeah? So you can even go look it up for yourself and see what they're saying in there. You know what I'm saying? And understand for yourself what they've tried to do. Yeah? They've tried to make us worship their gods. You know what I mean? Yeah? Not the Most High Elohim. Yeah? And look, when you go into look, I think it's the Article 3, Third Commandment and all that, yeah. Click on that, yeah, and then you go to 2190 and check this out. The Sabbath, yeah, which represented the complexion of the first creation, has been replaced, yeah, by Sunday, which recalled the new creation, inaugurated by the resurrection of Mashiach. Yeah, I mean, they call it Christ anyway. That's their God. Yeah. So, do you see what they're so crafty? Yeah, they're literally telling you that they've changed the thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And today, no one is questioning why or what does that mean and all that. You're just blindly following people. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. We gotta ask ourselves questions. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that we have to. You know what I mean? But let's keep it moving. Yeah. So now we're dealing with this Shabbat lunar thing. Yeah. And as I was saying, the scriptures don't lie, but men lie. You know what I'm saying? Men are adding to the scriptures. Men are doing all these things. But the scriptures says one thing. Yeah? And so to understand this Shabbat lunar thing, we are going to debunk it. We are going to go to the very beginning of the scriptures. Yeah? Because what people do not understand is that the Shabbat is not a new thing. Yeah. It comes from the very time of creation. Yeah. So if we read just let's start like this. Genesis chapter 1, yeah? In the beginning, Elohim created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. Yeah? So we know that's creation, right? We're going to jump down. Yeah? Check this out. Yeah? Verse 5, yeah? So Genesis chapter 1, verse 5. Let's read. And Elohim called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. So, if you realize, yeah, you got like a timeline right here. Yeah. Verse 8. Check this out. Yeah. And the evening and the morning were the second day. So you have like a timeline right here. They're telling you, or you're giving a timeline basically, like they're telling you each day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Second day. Yeah. Let's read a bit more. 13. Yeah, still in chapter 1. And the evening and the morning were the first day. Yeah. Sorry, the third day. Yeah. So 3 days now. Now, when we get to the fourth day, basically, yeah, watch what's happening. Yeah, since people talk about the moon is to define the Shabbat and everything, so let's understand that, or let's get some more understanding about with this one. Check this out. In the evening, in the morning, for the third day, yeah, for 14. And Elohim said, "Let there be light in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years." What is those great lights? Anyway, 15. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. Yeah, 16. Yeah, let's read. And Elohim made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light, yeah, to rule the night. He made the stars also. Yeah. So we all know the light to rule the day is the sun, and the lesser light to rule the night is the moon, right? Yeah. Check this out. And Elohim set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. Yeah. And to rule over the day and over the night, so we know, and to divide the light from the darkness and dark from darkness. And Elohim saw that it was good. Yeah. Check this out now. And the evening and the morning were the 4th day. Yeah. So basically, your light, or your 2 great lights, or the sun, yeah, and the and the moon, yeah, this is on the 4th day, all that. Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. This is not on the 7th day. But the 7th day is Shabbat. But let's read about the 7th day, right? Let's read. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them. On the 7th day, Elohim ended his work which had made, and he rested on the 7th day from all his work which he had made. Yeah. So how this is your Shabbat right here. Yeah. Your Shabbat. Check this out. And Elohim blessed the 7th day and sanctified it, as I was reading in the beginning, because in it he had rested from all the work which he had created and made. Yeah. So if the moon, which was on the 4th day, yeah, and the sun or anything, yeah, was to help us to define our Shabbat, how comes it is on the 4th day, but the Sabbath or the Shabbat is established on the 7th day? And we're not told anything about moon and watch the moon and all that. But that's not even all that. That's not even all that. Yeah. Let's read Exodus. Yeah, let's read Exodus. Let's read Exodus. Yeah. Chapter 35, verse 2. Yeah. So Exodus 35, verse 2. Yeah. This is when Moses speaks of the Shabbat that we have to rest, right? Check this out. 6 days shall work be done. But on the 7th day, there shall be to you an holy day, a Sabbath of rest to Yahuwah. Whosoever doeth work therein shall be put to death. So, does he speaks of watching the moon or something like that when the Shabbat day is established for the people of Israel? No, there's nothing about it. Yeah, but as you're gonna read more, you're gonna understand that this Shabbat, lunar Shabbat, doesn't make sense. Yeah, does not make sense. Remember, it's on the 7th day. They claim that because it's not 7th day, but it's the first day of the month or something like that. I don't even want to know, to be honest. Yeah, but let's read Exodus, yeah, chapter 16, verse 4, because when you read, you understand there's something wrong. Yeah, because the Shabbat is a weekly process. It's weekly. You know what I'm saying? It's every 7th day. You know what I'm saying? It's not talking about months and all that. Yeah, and there's no mention of the moon and all that. Like, really. But anyway, let's read Exodus chapter 16 verse 4. Yeah, check this out. Yeah, then said Yahuwah unto Moses, behold, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain rate every day. You're gonna understand, yeah, don't worry. That I may prove them whether they will walk in my law or not. But with the Shabbat lunar nonsense, people cannot walk in his law. Anyway, now we understand that they were getting the manna every day, right? Every day they were getting the manna. Or they had to gather a certain rate, but every day. That's what's in the desert. They had nothing to eat, but every day the Most High will give them bread from heaven, right? We all know about the manna. You can go look it up or whatever you want to do, yeah? Now, let's read. Yeah? Let's read. So still in chapter 16, verse 26. Yeah? Let's read verse 26. Yeah? Still speaking of the manna, yeah? 6 days ye shall gather it, but on the 7th day, which is Shabbat, in it there shall be none. Yeah? So, and you want to read 27 as well if you want, yeah? And it came to pass that there went out some of the people on the 7th day for to gather, and they found none. So, this was a weekly thing. The manna, yeah, the bread from heaven, was a weekly thing, yeah. And on the 7th day, there were no more manna. Why? Because the 7th day is the day of rest of the Most High. Because He Himself rested, yeah, from all the work He had done. Yeah? And on the 7th day, Elohim had done His work which He have made. And He, who's He? Elohim, Yahuwah the Most High. Yeah? Rested on the 7th day from all His work which He had made. And Elohim blessed the 7th day and sanctified it, because that in it He had rested from all the work which Elohim created and made. So you understand now that it was a weekly process, yeah, when it comes to that manna thing in the desert with our people of Yisrael. You see what I mean now? You dig me? All right. So it's not a monthly thing, yeah, as this Shabbat lunar keeper trying to make it look like. No. If it was monthly, it would be every month, yeah, that they would not find food on the 7th. Yeah? Y'all get me lost anyway with this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah? Debunking this thing. Anyway. Now, let's get another point. Yeah? Let's read, we know, even if you want to believe in that, yeah, it does not add up. Look, check this out. So let's read Exodus, yeah, chapter 31. Yeah, remember Shabbat is a day of rest, right? So if it wasn't the first day of the month and everything like they were saying, people saying, yeah, I mean the Shabbat lunar said that it is. If it was, yeah, it will be false, or it will be very hypocrite from the people of the Bible. Check this out. So Exodus chapter 31, verse 15 through 17. Yeah. Yeah. It's 15 through 17. Check this out. 6 days may work be done, but in the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest, holy to Yahuwah, even the Most High. You see, that's why they don't get no manna. Whosoever doeth any work in the Sabbath day, it shall surely be put to death. So they knew to not do anything on Shabbat, right? Yeah? Yeah, so if your Shabbat is on the first day of the month, now that, check this out now. They know to not travel, to not do anything. You can't travel, you can't buy, you can't sell, you can't do all that on Shabbat, right? Check this out. Ezra. Yeah, Ezra. Let's go to Ezra quickly. Let's go to Ezra. Let's go to Ezra. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, let's go to Ezra. Yeah. So let's go to Ezra chapter 7, verse 9. Yeah. Ezra chapter 7, verse 9. Right? Yeah. 7, verse 9. So Ezra chapter 7, verse 9. Yeah. For upon the first day of the first month begin he to go up from Babylon. And the first day of the 5th month came he to Jerusalem according to the good hand of his Elohim upon him. Yeah. So we know that travel is against the law in Shabbat. So if it was Shabbat on the first day of the month, this man will be sinning, and the Most High will not help him. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, but that's crazy. I don't understand how people can believe in this Shabbat lunar, you know what I'm saying, and not even ask themselves questions and all that, you know what I mean, Like, is that true? Or, you know what I'm saying? Let me look it up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, as I was saying, we know that Shabbat is a weekly process. Or should I say, it's a weekly thing. It's every week that at the 7th day of the week, yeah, that Shabbat has to be done. Yeah. Okay. Now, I've finished with it. I've done with it. We can go to the next step. So now we need to know when does the Shabbat begin? So there's been a lot of confusion and a lot of argument about it. Oh yay, some sunrise. Oh yay, some sunset. Blah blah blah. There's no need to argue because the scripture speaks for itself. Yeah. In men's lives, not the scriptures. See what I mean? So we're just gonna go into scriptures, yeah, and see what is being said. So first scripture is gonna be Jonah chapter 4 verse 7. Yeah, let's read. But Elohim prepared a worm. When the morning rose the next day, and it smote the ground that it withered. So you can see right here that the morning rose the next day. So if it's not enough, it's fine, because I got more. Yeah, we're gonna go slowly. We're gonna go to 1 Samuel. Yeah, 1 Samuel. Yeah. 1 Samuel chapter 19. 1 Samuel chapter 19. Yeah. Verse 11. Check this out. And Saul also sent messengers unto David's house to watch him and to slay him in the morning. Keep that in mind. And Michal, David's wife, told him, saying, if thou save not thy life tonight, tomorrow thou shalt be slain. That's clear. Remember, Saul also sent messengers into David's house to watch him and to slay him in the morning. That's what she said to him. If you save not your life tonight, tomorrow, you're going to be slain. Here we go. See what I mean now? Is it clear? Yeah. But I got more scriptures. Matthew chapter 28. Yeah. Matthew chapter 28. You see, I was say, the scriptures does not lie. Men lie, not the scriptures. Yeah. So Matthew 28 chapter 1. Yeah. Matthew 28 chapter 1. Yeah. Yeah. In the end of Shabbat, as it began to dawn, towards the first day of the week, came Mary Magdalene and the other Mary, yeah, to see the sepulchre. So, in the end of the Shabbat, as it began to dawn, remember what we just read? The next day is in the morning. So it makes perfect sense now. Yeah? And worst thing is when they went there, it wasn't even there. That speaks of when the two women went and looked for Yahusha. yeah, in the sepulchre, yeah, and he wasn't even there. So they're not even in this in the first day of the week yet. Yeah, it's towards the first day of the week, and he wasn't even there. And remember, it was still Shabbat, which means that he rose on Shabbat day. But that's another lesson anyway. Yeah, but see, the truth is right there. You can read for yourself. But let's read some more. I got more. I have got more. Yeah, we're gonna read. We're gonna read Matthew chapter 27, verse 58, 57 and 58. Yeah, Matthew chapter 27. Yeah, 57. Yeah, 57, 58. Check this out. When the evening was come, there came a rich man of Arimathea named Joseph, who also himself was Yahushua's disciple. He went to Pilate and begged the body of Yahushua. Then Pilate commanded the body to be delivered. Yeah? But you know that this guy acted according to the law. Do you know that? Alright. Let's check this out now. Deuteronomy. Yeah. Chapter 21. He acted according to the law. Check this out. Deuteronomy chapter 21. Verse. Sorry, Deuteronomy chapter 22. Yeah. Verse 23. Yeah. So, sorry again, yeah. Deuteronomy chapter 21, yeah. Verse 20. Let's go jump to 23 straight away. Matter of fact. Yeah. Check this out. His body shall not remain all night upon the tree, but thou shalt in any wise bury him that day. For he that is hangeth is a curse of Elohim, and it's supposed to say on the tree. But that's if you got a Septuagint. Anyway. That thy land be not defiled, which Yahuwah thy Elohim giveth thee for an inheritance. Yeah? So, when this rich man, Joseph, went and begged for Yahushua's body, it's because he knew. Because Yahushua was on the tree. And he could not stay, though, to the next day. Yeah? Shall not remain all night. Because all night is the same day. And in the morning, it's the next day. Remember, anyone's burying him that day. Yeah? But let's see. Let's see if Mashiach was really on a tree. Yeah? Acts chapter 5 verse 30, sorry. Acts chapter 5 verse 30. Yeah. Acts chapter 5 verse 30. Yeah. 5 verse 30. Yeah. Chapter 5 verse 30. Yeah. Let's read. go. Check this out. The Elohim of our fathers raised up Yahusha, whom ye slew and hanged on a tree. Here you go. That's why Joseph is going to Pilate and beg for the body, because he knew of the law. That is crazy. Seriously. Yeah. Which proves that a day is at sunrise. But the Most High is clear anyway. The Most High is clear from the beginning. If you read, if you read carefully, in Genesis, from the very beginning, that's even easy. Yeah, check this out. In the evening and the morning were the first day. Same cycle again. In the evening and the morning were the second day. So your evening comes, your morning comes, that's your next day. Nothing difficult to understand, people. Ain't nothing difficult to understand right here. See what I mean? So in fact, yes, your day starts at sunrise. Oh, and quickly before I do anything else, quickly, let me go and talk about the Day of Atonement. Yeah, and we're gonna go to Leviticus. Yeah, chapter 23. Yeah, Leviticus chapter 23, verse 11. Yeah. Leviticus chapter 23. Yeah. Verse 11. Yeah. And he shall wave the sheaf before Yahuwah to be accepted for you. On the morrow after the Shabbat, the priest shall wave it. Yeah. Let's read 12 as well. And ye shall offer that day when ye wave the sheaf. And he lamb without blemish of the first year for a burnt offering unto Yahuwah. Yeah. And now let's jump to verse 32. Yeah. Let's jump to verse 32. Yeah. So Leviticus chapter 23 verse 32. Check this out. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your soul in the 9th day of the month at evening. From evening unto evening shall you celebrate your Shabbat. It's not talking about the 7th day of the week, because it says the 9th day. It's a total different thing, people. It's a total different thing. You see what I'm saying? That's the Day of Atonement, peeps. It's a total different thing. This is not the same thing as your Shabbat, which is on the 7th day. Like, really? Yeah, let's go read Mark. Mark chapter, because I don't want you to be deceived. Nah, I don't want you to be deceived. For real. The truth shall set you free. Most of the people don't even know what the truth is. Truth is the law. Yeah. For Mark chapter 16. Mark chapter 16. 16. Yeah. Mark chapter 16, verse 42. Yeah, Mark chapter 16. Sorry, Mark chapter 15. Sorry, yeah. Verse 42. And now when the evening was come, because it was the preparation day, that is the day before Shabbat. So, you see what I mean now? Do you see now? Yeah? I won't repeat again. And now, when the evening was come, because it was the preparation day, that is the day before Shabbat. That's plain and clear. Plain and clear. Yeah? Do you see now? So your day begins at sunrise. Don't be deceived by people on YouTube talking all that bull crap. Yeah? Nah, people. Don't be deceived. Yeah? Your day starts at sunrise. Okay? Yeah? Now we got to prove that the day of Shabbat is Saturday. But before, I want to make you understand something about the reason why nowadays we are following this 24-hour thing. When it's not even true, it's not even scriptural, it's not even in scriptures. That's the way of the heathen. Yeah, but let's check this out now. Okay, so now that we understand that the day starts at sunrise and not at sunset or not at night, yeah, we need to also understand why today we start our days at night. You see what I mean? Yeah, today we follow in a 24-hour concept and we don't even know where it comes from. Yeah, but that's the question that this guy asked himself, and that's why I'm going to read it to you. Yeah, and remember, the Most High said, do not follow the ways of the heathen, the ways of the Gentiles. You know what I'm saying? Do not learn the ways of the Gentiles. Yeah, so let's read. Why are there 24 hours in a day, while each country has in broad term historically had distinct measurement for distance, weight, and method of splitting the day into 24 hours, 1 hour into 60 minutes, and 1 minute into 60 seconds seems to be the only one in use. And indeed, to me, the only one I know of. This non-metric measurement of time is far from ideal, but what other comparably accurate methods have been used historically? So this is the kind of question that we need to ask ourselves, even us, you know what I'm saying? Know where things come from. And it's very good to know for culture at the same time, you know what I'm saying? But let's keep it going. The origin of our time system of 24 hours in a day, with each hour subdivided into 60 minutes and then 60 seconds, is complex and interesting. I'm going to jump down. Our 24-hour day comes from the ancient Egyptians, who divided daytime into 10 hours. They measured with devices such as the shadow clocks and added a twilight hour at the beginning and another one at the end of the daytime. Yeah, I'm going to jump down. Nighttime was divided in 12 hours based on an observation of stars. The Egyptian had a system of 36 stars groups called decans, chosen so that any night one decan rose 40 minutes after the previous one. Tables were produced to help people to determine time at night by observing the decans. Amazingly, such tables have been found inside the lid of coffins, presumably so that the dead could also tell the time. Very funny. In the Egyptian system, the length of the daytime and nighttime hours were unequal and varied with the seasons. In summer, daytime hours were longer than nighttime hours, while in winter the hour length were the other way around, says Lam. Yeah? So it all comes from the heathen, basically, the Egyptians and Babylonians. Well, okay, so dealing with the ancient Babylonians now, the subdivision of hours and minutes into 60 comes from the ancient Babylonians, who had a predilection for using the number to the base 60. For example, 3 or 2, using slightly different strokes, mean 3 times 60 plus 2 or 182. We have retained from the Babylonians not only hours and minutes divided into 60, but also their division of a circle into 360 parts or degrees. Yeah? What we have not retained is their division of a day into 360 parts called ush, that each equaled 4 of minutes in our time system. So, you see, the 24 hours concept comes from the Babylonians, yeah, and the Egyptians, yeah. So remember what the Most High said, we are not to learn the ways of the heathen. So now you got your response, and we know the truth.
Just a few surviving accounts of Seventh-day Sabbath observance by past believers throughout the centuries.
5th century, Constantinople. The people of Constantinople and almost everywhere assembled together on the Sabbath, as well as on the first day of the week, which custom is never observed at Rome or at Alexandria. 6th century, Rome. About 590, Pope Gregory, in a letter to the Roman people, denounced as the prophets of Antichrist those who maintain that work ought not to be done on the seventh day. 7th century, Scotland and Ireland. It seems to have been customary in the Celtic churches of early times, in Ireland as well as Scotland, to keep Saturday, the Jewish Sabbath, as a day of rest from labor. They obeyed the 4th commandment literally upon the 7th day of the week. 8th century, India, China, Persia. Widespread and enduring was the observance of the seventh-day Sabbath among the believers of the Church of the East and the St. Thomas Christians of India, who never were connected with Rome. It also was maintained among those bodies which broke off from Rome after the Council of Chalcedon, namely the Abyssinians, the Jacobites, the Maronites, and the Armenians. 10th century, Church of the East, Kurdistan. The Nestorians eat no pork and keep the Sabbath. They believe in neither auricular confession nor purgatory. 11th century, Scotland. They held that Saturday was properly the Sabbath on which they abstained from work. 12th century, Wales. There is much evidence that the Sabbath prevailed in Wales universally until AD 1115. When the first Roman bishop was seated at St. David's. The old Welsh Sabbath-keeping churches did not even then altogether bow the knee to Rome, but fled to their hiding places. 15th century, Norway. We are informed that some people in the different districts of the kingdom have adopted and observed Saturday keeping. It is severely forbidden in Holy Church canon, one and all, to observe days excepting those which the Holy Pope, Archbishop, or the bishops command. Saturday keeping must under no circumstances be permitted hereafter further than the Church canon commands. Therefore we counsel all the friends of God throughout all Norway who want to be obedient towards the Holy Church to let this evil of Saturday keeping alone, and the rest we forbid under penalty of severe church punishment to keep Saturday holy. 16th century, Council of Trent. On the 18th of January, 1563, the Council of Trent ruled that tradition is greater than Scripture, after a powerful speech by the Archbishop of Reggio, in which he said that the fact that the Church had changed the 4th commandment clearly proved that tradition was greater than Scripture.
19th century to the present.
The following is a quote from a Catholic magazine, The Catholic Mirror, published in Baltimore, Maryland, September 1893. The Catholic Church, for over 1,000 years before the existence of a Protestant, by virtue of her divine mission, changed the day of worship from Saturday to Sunday. In the Old Testament, reference is made 126 times to the Sabbath, and of all texts conspire harmoniously in voicing the will of God, commanding the seventh day to be kept, because God himself first kept it, making it obligatory on all as a perpetual covenant. Examining the New Testament from cover to cover critically, we find the Sabbath referred to 61 times. We find, too, that the Savior invariably selected the Sabbath, Saturday, to teach in the synagogues and work miracles. The four Gospels refer to the Sabbath, Saturday, 51 times. Hence the conclusion is inevitable, that of those who follow the Bible as their guide, the Israelites and the Seventh-day Adventists have the exclusive weight of evidence on their side, whilst the biblical Protestant has not a word in self-defense for his substitution of Sunday for Saturday. They have ignored and condemned their teacher, the Bible, and they have adopted a day instituted and kept by the Catholic Church.
Alright, so there are also historical proof, to prove that Shabbat day was in fact on Saturday. I mean, nowadays we call it Saturday, but I'll go to them in a meantime. But for now, I just want to read this little article. And it's all about common sense sometimes. You see what I'm saying? Remember, we have to study scriptures and not just lead into our own interpretations to, to establish a matter or whatever. So let me read that. There is no way to know for certain. However, there are a few indications that we have the correct day. Firstly, there is a halacha that if you do not know what day it is, you keep Shabbat on the seventh day from the last time you kept Shabbat. That's common sense. You know what I mean? So even if the calendar, let me read more, even if the calendar did a shift, presumably the Jewish people would have shifted the name of the current day. So even though they changed Monday to Friday, the Hebrews remember the day. They remembered it. So they didn't need the Gregorian calendar. The Gregorian calendar did not change their way of life, because this was a custom that they were attached to. You see what I mean? But let me read more. Say, for example, that the next year, the whole world calendar people decided to move the week 3 days. Then from that time on, Shabbat would be on Tuesday and not on Saturdays. In other words, there is no direct connection between Saturday and Shabbat, except for the fact that they are currently coincide. You know what I mean? So basically what I was saying, now historically the first Shabbat was only kept after the Israelites left Egypt and were able, and we are told by Moses that this day is to be day of rest. We must assume, but we do not know for a fact, that Moses told us the correct day according to Elohim's will. Common sense. Remember also another thing. The Israelites had the manna, coming off the ground every day. See what I mean? Every day they had the manna, miraculous food coming up from nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Every day. But on the seventh day they had none. See what I mean? So they knew what was the day of rest. They knew they did not need no Gregorian calendar. They had their own costume. The Gregorian calendar did not change anything to the way of life of the Hebrews. So I said I was going to go into historical proof. So now we're here, and there are historical proofs. I'll probably leave some website on the description below. So I read the follow. A Roman soldier named Frontinus, in his book named Stratagems, writes the account of the destruction of the Second Temple in Jerusalem in 70 AD, saying the divine Vespasian attacked the Jews on the days of Saturn, on which it is forbidden for them to do anything serious, and prevailed. Yeah, similar to the words of the historian Cassius, this Roman soldier equated the day of rest Shabbat of the Jews to the day of Saturn, Saturday, which was known as Saturn's day in Rome. You see what I mean? So, very intelligent from them, yeah, to attack them in the day of rest. You know what I'm saying? And if you read more, it was very, very easy for them to conquer them in that day, because, you know what I'm saying, it was forbidden for them to do anything. You know what I mean? But we're going to read more as we're going to read Cassius, yeah? So, Roman history. Yeah? I think it's book 36, if I'm not wrong, something like that. Yeah? And I will probably leave, the website in the description below. Yeah? So I read the follow. Thus was Jerusalem destroyed on the very day of Saturn, you see. The day which even now the Jews reverence most. From that time forth was ordered that the Jews who continued to observe their ancestral custom should pay an annual tribute of 2 denarii to Jupiter Capitolinus. Yeah, in consequence of this success, both generals received the title of imperator, but neither got that of Judaicus. All through all the other honors that were fitting on the occasion of so magnificent a victory, including triumphal arches, were voted to them. So the most important part is when they attacked the Jews, yeah, or destroyed Jerusalem, if you want, on the day, yeah, of Saturn, which was basically the day of rest of the Jews. Not Saturn, but basically on the same day the Jews rested. Yeah. Now we're gonna read that quickly. Yeah. Such widespread use of form of the word Shabbat for the 7th day of the week, Saturday, is clear evidence that the speaker of these languages understood which day is Shabbat. Likewise, the fact that in no language do we see Shabbat similar linked with Sunday, the first day of the week, is an obvious confirmation that this day never was considered the biblical Sabbath, until later religious leaders tried to substitute Sunday for the true Shabbat day. Yeah, and you're gonna see that in other languages. Yeah, in other languages, Saturday, yeah, it sounds like Shabbat, like literally. Yeah, let's read Aramaic Sabbath, Armenian Shabbat, Bosnian Subata, yeah, Bulgarian Sabota, yeah, I can't even read that language, yeah, Croatian, yeah, Subota, yeah, Czech Sobota, yeah, Gregorian Sobati, yeah, Greek Sabato, yeah, Hebrew Shabbat, yeah, Indonesian Sabtu, yeah, Italian Sabato, yeah, Latin Sabatum, yeah, like Portuguese, yeah, Sabato, you know what I'm saying? Romanian Sabatam. Like, they were literally trying to say Shabbat in their languages. They were literally trying to say Shabbat. And all these are Saturdays in different languages. Yeah, Saturdays in different languages, which proves that these people knew. Even look in Sudanese, Sabtu, Somalian Sabti, Spanish Sabato. These people know. And most of these areas you see, the Jews went there. You know what I'm saying? So, in fact, Saturday is the day of rest of the Most High. So in conclusion, the real day of rest of the Most High is on Saturday. Nowadays we call it Saturday. Yeah? But if you don't want to call it Saturday, you can call it Shabbat, seventh day. It's up to you. But the day of rest of the Most High is on Saturday. Yeah? From sunrise to sunrise. So basically, from Saturday morning up to Sunday morning. This is how we will view it nowadays. Yeah? There's no need no magic. There's no need to argue. The proofs are there and everything. Don't have much to say. Just, I hope I've helped you to understand some more. I hope I've enlightened you. Yeah? And this is all I'm trying to do. Wake people up from their deep sleeps. This is what I'm trying to do. Yeah? So thank you. I appreciate y'all spending your time with me. Today is Shabbat. Yeah, it's still Shabbat. Yeah. So I want to wish y'all a happy Shabbat as well. You know what I'm saying? Shabbat Shalom. Yeah. And you can subscribe, you know what I'm saying, if you want to. Or you can put some likes, comments, and everything, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, it's all for the Most High, you know what I'm saying? It's all the work of the Most High at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, stay tuned on my channels. Yeah, I'm going to expose some more stuff, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to do some more lessons, you know what I'm saying? So, thank y'all for watching this and spending time with me, you know what I'm saying? And once again, have a happy Shabbat. And it's all for the truth, and it's all for the word of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So, give thanks to the Most High, Elohim, Yahuwah, yeah, and his true son, yeah, Yahusha Amashiach. Yeah? So, once again and again and again, the real day of rest of the Most High is on Saturday. Yeah? Don't need no moon, no nothing. Saturday. Yeah? Sunrise to sunrise. Yeah? Loud and clear. Yeah? You know what I'm saying? So, thank you. Yeah? And stay tuned on my channel as I said. Yeah? Shabbat Shalom.